Hello, Chris. My name is Sean Everett, and I am the website analysis expert at Zucor Marketing in San Antonio. Thank you so much for talking with Eric. He sent your website on to me for analysis, and that is what you are watching now. This video is that analysis. Now, I've looked it over, and I have found that your website is underperforming in the Denver area, and you are losing ground to these folks here at Capo Kitchen and Bath. And now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the numbers. I'm going to show you the why and how that they're doing that. And I'm also going to show you how to turn the tables because you can be doing it also, what they are doing. It is not rocket science. And so these are all changes that you can implement today if you wanted. If you have access to your website, you can just head on over there and do that. But let me be very clear about what they are first before you run off and leave the video running. Let me give me a second to describe it. Now you have a great website, but I will say that, in my opinion, it is rather brief. That is all there is to the scrolling on it, and I'm going to show you why that's a problem. Now, here's something that I have that I use. It's a paid tool. I subscribe to this. It's called Ahrefs. And this gives me a bunch of the metrics of your site and how the site has been performing over the last couple of months. Now, the next thing I do is a regular old Google search. And the reason I do that is because Google is responsible for about 96% of the traffic on the internet. All of the information that I'm giving you now is stuff that you can look up for yourself. I'm not pulling the wool over anyone's eyes. It's all absolutely stuff you can check up on. So, I mean, that's contested a little bit, 94%, 95, 96%. But that's a huge, if you did 96% of the kitchen and bath remodels in Denver, somebody would come knocking on your door and say, what is going on here? But that's not the case with Google. Nobody goes knocking on their door because nobody knows really what they do or where they're located, for that matter. Now, I'm going to describe how Google works by telling you how this search results page works, because people don't know how Google works. And if you do, forgive me for describing something that you already know. Uh, Google is uh, their first alliance is to their search customers, obviously. And they want to send their search customers to places that are worthwhile, that they're going to find something out about what they typed into this little box here. Now, they have a Google algorithm that searches for those sites that they can send their search customers to. And that Google algorithm has about three things that it is looking for most of all. Now, at the top here of this search page, you're going to see sponsored. That's true for a lot of places when you look for businesses. That means that they paid to be there. And that is not a bad thing, but it's also not necessarily the best thing either. I've seen it work for some companies and seen it not for others. But that's just a choice that you get to make on your own. Now, underneath that, we have what we call the map pack. And the reason we call it that is because it's attached to this map, and we don't have a lot of creativity when we're in the business that I'm in. So these three folks did something that the folks down here did not do, and that is they filled out a Google business profile. Now, this is the very first thing that the Google algorithm wants from you. It wants you to fill out a Google business profile. And it sort of gets you into the Google fold, if you will. And it gives Google a step up against their Google search engine. I mean, against search engine competitors of theirs. If they can get more of the companies signed up with them, then they can have more accurate information and thereby come out on top of the searches. Now, below the map pack, we have the second part of what the algorithm is looking for. And now I'm going to take these folks here, Capo KB, Capo Kitchen and Bath, and I'm going to call them your Google competitor. Now, they were the folks who I showed you at the very top. This is their site there. But I'm going to show you something right away, and that is this. I'm going to take your website, your homepage, and copy and paste it into the, copyright 2023. You need to update that. I just put it into this word counter, wordcounter.net. You can do the same yourself. Now I'm going to go to your competitor's website, and I'm going to do the same copy and paste. And why am I doing this? Because the number of words that you have on your website is the only way that Google can tell whether or not your website is going to provide enough information for their search clients. And Google actually wants you to have 1,500 words. Now, that may seem like a lot, but there are many ways of hiding words within a web page that are very clever. For instance, just having a picture that has a link. Like if I were to go, oh, look, this is great, your before and after. I didn't notice you had that on there. That's really a great thing. But if you have other pictures like that, you can, have it be a rollover, and then a window will pop up and tell more about that photo. You might be a little light on the photos on your home page. You have some elsewhere, you have a gallery, all that stuff, but you want them on the home page, because why make people search for something that they can just go right to and say, oh, look, 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 look. So all words are not the same at Google, however. I'm going to show you what I mean by that. This is part 2A and B. Here's B. Keywords is what we're looking at. Keywords are words that Google expects you to have on your website by virtue of whatever business you're in. Now, Google doesn't know what business you're in. It just knows what sites come up when somebody does a search like this one. So they figure that all the sites come up, those are all the folks in that industry. They are competitors. And so they take keywords, key phrases from each of those sites, and they match up what little key phrases appear the most. And those become the keywords. Now, I'm going to show you, you have 15. Here's what Capo has. They have 311. So you have a little bit of catching up to do, obviously. But here is what their keywords are. I can show you because I have this handy tool. Molded stone shower base. Denver bathroom vanities. Vanities for sale, Denver. Inspire cabinets. I don't know what that means. Is that a brand? You know more than I do. It's your industry, not mine. Stone shower pans. Bathroom vanities, Denver, Colorado. Now, a bunch of these are going to seem very similar to you and me because we have the ability to reason. The Google algorithm does not. It just looks for things in whatever order they happen to be on in all of those various pages and takes them out in that order. So you may have one that says kitchen and bath Denver. You may have one that says Denver kitchen and bath. You may have one that says Denver bath and kitchen. All of them to you and me are the same search, but not to the Google algorithm. Now, there are another 11 pages of these sorts of keywords that, and if they're good enough for them, they are certainly good enough for you. I can make sure that you get all of these 15 pages, 12 pages incorporated into your website. These are the sorts of phrases that you want in your website. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you about is backlinks. Backlinks is where your URL appears on somebody else's site. That means there is a link back to your site. Hence a backlink. Now, what's important about that is the referring domains. This is the number of different sites that your site is listed on. You currently have 19. Your competitor has 53, so you have a little bit of catching up to do there also. Here is where they are listed. These have a domain rating. The domain rating shows the strength of a domain's backlink profile. Now, like I showed you, these are the domains that you're on. Your backlink profile is a 3.6. These folks over here have a value of 91. This is a scale of 0 to 100. And they have 119,000 different sites that refer to them, as opposed to your 19. So that makes them, in Google's eyes, more relevant. People go here a lot, so that must mean people like going here, or they wouldn't have such a high number. And Google will say, oh, well, if you're listed on one of these sites, that must make you important also. You want the higher rated sites. Now, they only have 2 that are above 70, 91 and 90. That is terrible. That's the good news for you. because I can think of about 15 in just the 90s and about another 35 in the 80s and so on for DR rating. MapQuest, Dunstreet, and Bradley, all it takes to get on these sites is to go and fill out a profile, just like the Google Business Profile. You just have to go there and fill it out. Same with yellowpages.com. Same with Angie's List. That's a paid one, but it has a great DR. So that's one of the ways that you can get on a lot of different sites. Just go and say, hey, I'd like to be on your site. They have a place to fill out a profile. That's what you do. Here's what it all comes down to. Last month you had a traffic of 3. That's down 2 from the month before, where you had 5 apparently. And your competitor had 109 visitors to this site. That's their traffic. Now, I don't know how many of these 109 are going to become a customer. Clearly not all 109. That's not the way the internet works. But I do know that whatever the percentage is of customers to paying customers, or I should say visitors to paying customers, whatever that percentage is, it's much higher for 109 than it is for 3. They had 30 times more opportunity to get one of those visitors to their site to be a paying customer. And that's what it all comes down to. Now, I'm going to have you just look at this for a minute here with me. I'm going to look for affordable kitchen and bath design in a Google search. And just think about this, that, you know, in your own Google search habits, what is it that you look for? How far do you look? And, you know, some guy with a donut in one hand and a mouse in the other is not going to be looking very far. Now, I am almost to the bottom of page 1. Here we go, back to page 2 here. More sponsored ones at the top. And when you are searching for something, how far do you search before you say to yourself, well, there we are in the middle of page 2. Now, most people don't click to page 2, so you're not that far down, but you're further down than a guy with a donut and a mouse are going to get. So getting you up to the top of a Google search on page 1 is exactly the purpose of what I am talking to you about now. Now, Eric is going to be calling you back to get some your thoughts on the ideas that I presented in this video. He's also going to give you the offer to have us help you with these changes to your website, because we can do so professionally and thoroughly. And the goal would be to get you more customers. That's the bottom line. Getting you more customers is the reason that you got this website to begin with. It should be a tool of your company that actually brings customers to you. And right now, it is only bringing you 3 lookers a month, not even a customer. So who knows? Just thank you so much for sticking with me, Chris. I hope you have a great rest of your day.